Well, good evening, everybody. It's Keegan here. I'm back with a brand new video for you guys. And today's video, I'm bringing you guys another collection video. Well, it's that time of year again where I take a yearly look at my entire Blu-ray and 4K Blu-ray collection. This is my third year of doing this. So yeah, this is going to be a very long video. I got around 400 plus titles on Blu-ray and 4K Blu-ray. Well, mostly Blu-rays because I have more Blu-rays than 4K Blu-rays. But this is going to be a very long video. Now, unlike the last three videos that I've done over the last three years, I won't be talking about every single title as we go by them because that's going to take too long. And we actually have two shelves to go through in this video that I will show you in just a moment. But either way, this is going to be a very long video, so sit back, relax, and let's get down to business, and let's get started. Now, just before we begin, here's a little shot of the two shelves we're going through. We're going through this shelf, don't mind the stuff on there, that shelf, and this shelf that I got back in May of 22. And there's some other stuff down there, but we're just going our way from all the way up from the top of the first shelf all the way down to the third row on the second shelf. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So like every year, we start off on the very top of the first shelf with the box sets that I have. This isn't every single box set that I have. There are some other box sets that are going to be seen later on in the video. So we're going to start off up here. We got 2001: A Space Odyssey on 4K, classic Stanley Kubrick movie. The Die Hard 5 movie collection with all the Die Hard movies. First one's a classic, and the two sequels are pretty good. Live Free or Die Hard's pretty good, and the last one, A Good Day to Die Hard, is garbage. I hated the fifth one. And then we got the Dark Knight trilogy with obviously Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. Great movies. I do want to upgrade those movies to 4K Blu-ray at some point. Awesome movies. And then we got the Bourne trilogy with Bourne Identity, Bourne Supremacy, and Bourne Ultimatum. And right next to it we got the Bourne Legacy, the one that didn't have Jason Bourne. And Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne. But yeah, those are all the Bourne movies. Even though those two aren't in a box set, I put them together since they're both in the same series after all. And then we got The Hills Have Eyes unrated collection with The Hills Have Eyes and Hills Have Eyes 2. The remakes, of course. And then we got Twin Peaks, the complete television series collection with seasons 1 and 2 and season 3, or The Return, or whatever you want to call it. Great series. I really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed the second season for what it was. I know, well, season 2 definitely, well, it had its flaws, but I didn't mind the second season, and I love the third season. I do have Twin Peaks Firewalk with Me, the prequel movie. It's just in the criterions. We'll get to that much later in the video. And then we got this cool limited edition box set of Wanted, which is really cool. I found this one brand new at a Shoppers Drug Mart of all places last year. But yeah, very cool. This movie's actually gonna be getting a 4K release pretty soon from Shout Factory, I believe. Then we got the Indiana Jones 4 movie collection with all 4 Indiana Jones movies. I'm actually looking forward to the new Indiana Jones movie. I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually kind of looking forward to the new one. And then we got the It's a Wonderful Life limited edition box set. Looks kind of squashed because I got it used, but that's okay. I actually watched this movie for the first time back in December, and I loved it. Damn, why didn't I watch that movie years ago? What a great movie. And then we got the James Bond collection box set from Dr. No to Spectre. And then we got No Time to Die, which I picked up recently. I do like a lot of the James Bond movies. No Time to Die is pretty good, but it's not the best Bond movie. Definitely not the best one of the Daniel Craig James Bond movies. At least it was better than Spectre, I'll say that. But it was not a bad movie, though. This one's not really a box set, but this is Jaws, the limited edition VHS box release I got from Best Buy a couple years ago. It's very cool. And just give me one moment. Ah, shit. Whatever, I'll just put it away after. Then we got the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Great trilogy. I rewatched that trilogy a while ago. I watched the extended cuts. Great trilogy. I like the extended cut versions the best. And then we got the Resident Evil 5 film collection with from Resident Evil to Resident Evil Retribution. I haven't gotten around to checking out the other Resident Evil movies. The first movie's not that bad though. And then we got The Sopranos, the complete series, one of my favorite shows of all time. I don't have The Many Saints of Newark, the prequel movie, but I have seen it, and it was alright. I'm not in a big rush to getting it, though. And then we got the West Side Story, the original, the 50th anniversary limited edition box set, which is very cool. I'm not such a big fan of the movie, but yeah, I think it's a really cool box set. And the last box set from up here, we got the Sony Pictures Classics 30th anniversary 4K box set, which looks really cool. I'm actually going to pull this one out, pull this one aside really quickly and show you what it looks like. So let me just show you this really cool box set. I got this one for Christmas, and yeah, it's very cool. You got 11 movies in here. You got Orlando, The Celluloid Closet, The City of Lost Children, which is a really weird movie, but one I really recommend. It's definitely a weird film, though. Run, Lola, Run, SLC Punk, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, The Devil's Backbone, which I also have on Criterion Blu-ray that you'll see again later on in the video. Fulver, Synecdoche, New York, which is a great movie. I highly recommend. Still Alice and Call Me By Your Name. But yeah, a very cool box set. I really like this one. This is one of my favorite box sets that I own. So those are all the box sets on the top row. And actually, I forgot to show this one. This is the director's cut version of Midsommar, the A24 exclusive that you could only get it on the website at the time. I got this off eBay last year, and I watched the director's cut. I think I prefer the director's cut version a little bit more over the theatrical version, but I don't know, that's just me. I also have the theatrical version that you'll see later on in this video. So yeah, those are all the box sets, and now let's go on to the first row of the first shelf. Alright, so on the first row we got, it's a little tight here, there we go. We start off with 3 from Hell, which I'll just leave that out because it's a little tight here. 310 to Yuma, the remake from 2007. Never seen the original, but I will check it out someday. I have seen it once, the remake, a long time ago. I remember it being pretty good. Moving on, we got 8 Mile. Great movie. 21 Grams. Another great movie. Sorry for the glare. 21 Jump Street. I do have 22 Jump Street, but that's on DVD. But I do plan to upgrade that to Blu-ray or either 4K Blu-ray. But funny movie. I also like the sequel too. 30 Days a Night, pretty good vampire movie. The 40-Year-Old Virgin, classic. 127 Hours, haven't seen it yet. 500 Days of Summer, pretty good movie. Across the Universe, one of my favorite movies. I'm not typically a fan of musicals, but this is one of the only musical movies that I like. But I really enjoy this movie. Not gonna lie, this is the movie that got me into the Beatles. Yeah, no joke, this is the movie that got me into the Beatles. But yeah, I really do enjoy that movie. I'll probably do a review of it sometime this year. Anyways, Akira, classic. Alita Battle Angel, that one's alright. All Good Things. American Beauty, classic. American Gangster, probably my favorite Ridley Scott movie along with Blade Runner or the original Alien. I don't know. This is a damn good movie though. This is on 4K, by the way, if I hadn't said it already. American Hustle. I do like this movie. The director is a douchebag though, David O. Russell, but he does make some good movies, but he seems like a douchebag. I haven't seen that new movie he made, Amsterdam. I heard that movie's pretty shit though. I am kind of curious about it though. American Psycho, classic. Antiviral, it's not bad. It's not a bad movie from Brandon Cronenberg, the son of David Cronenberg. Anomalisa, great movie. Apocalypto, pretty good movie. Arrival, fantastic movie. I'd like to do a review of this movie sometime this year, maybe. I don't know, great movie. Atomic Blonde on 4K. I actually really enjoyed this movie. I thought this one was really underrated. I know some people didn't like it, but I don't know. I really enjoyed that one. I remember seeing that one in theaters. Avatar, pretty good movie. I did go see the sequel in theaters, The Way of the Water, The sequel was pretty good, but I definitely had a lot of mixed feelings about it, but it was pretty good, I guess. Anyways, The Autopsy of Jane Doe. That's a creepy movie. Baby Driver. Pretty good movie. Bad Santa. Hilarious movie. I don't have Bad Santa 2, but I heard that movie's not very good, and I'm not in a big rush to seeing it anyways. Bad Times at the El Royale. That's underrated. I actually like to revisit this one sometime soon. I haven't seen it since I saw it in theaters, but I remember really enjoying it. If you like any of Quentin Tarantino's movie, this is one I do recommend. It's a really good movie. Definitely has a Tarantino vibe to it. The Bank Job. The 1989 Batman. Classic. Battle Royale. I actually watched this one for the first time a couple weeks ago. I really enjoyed this one. It's a pretty crazy movie. Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. Great movie. Beautiful Boy. Haven't seen that one. Beverly Hills Cop, the first one. I don't have Beverly Hills Cop 2 or 3, but I will get those. I haven't seen those two movies, actually. I only have seen the first one. The first movie it's pretty good. I haven't seen the other sequels, though. I hear the third movie sucks, though. And I know there's a fourth one coming out on Netflix. And I don't know why. Anyways, The Big Lebowski. Yeah, that's like your opinion, man. Classic. Birdman. I'd like to revisit that one. I actually remember that movie being pretty good. Black Hawk Down, another good Ridley Scott movie. Black Swan, great movie. Black Snake Moan, I actually thought that one was really underrated. Blade Runner and the sequel, Blade Runner 2049, two awesome sci-fi classics. I can't decide which one of those two movies I like better. They're both really good. Boys in the Hood, great movie. Boogie Nights, one of my favorites. Brokeback Mountain, great movie. Bruno, it's hilarious. Buried, haven't seen that one yet. Capote, great movie. Cape Fear, the original. I actually still haven't seen that movie yet. I do gotta check that one out soon. I will get the remake someday. Carlito's Way, awesome movie. Casino, awesome Scorsese movie. Changing Lanes, great movie. Citizen Kane, good movie. Clockwork Orange, I was cured, alright. Classic. I actually revisited that one about a month ago. Cloverfield, Climax, this is a crazy movie from Gace Bernot. Closer, I really enjoyed that one. Collateral, awesome movie. Come True, haven't seen this one. This is actually a Canadian movie, actually. I should check this one out someday. Coming to America, funny movie. Stay away from the sequel. The sequel sucks ass. Yeah, I don't recommend the second one. Crazy Heart. The Crazies, the remake. A Cure for Wellness. Recently picked this one up. Haven't seen it yet. Dallas Buyers Club. Fantastic movie. And rest in peace, Jean-Marc Vallée, who passed away back in 2021. Yeah, great movie. One of my favorites. And the last one for this row, Dead Poet Society. Fantastic movie. Oh, Captain, My Captain. And that's it for the first row. Now onto the second row. Alright, on the second row, we start this row off with, again, this one's tight. A Dangerous Method. I'm a big fan of David Cronenberg. This is a David Cronenberg movie. And he's one of my favorite directors. It's a pretty good movie. I know some people don't like it, but I thought it was pretty good. Not my favorite Cronenberg, though, but it is still pretty good. Anyways, we got Dark Shadows. Death Proof. Not Tarantino's best, but it's not a bad movie. I do have Planet Terror, but we'll get to that later on. Then we got the Bronson Triple Threat Collection with Death Wish 2, Death Wish 3, and Death Wish 4, The Crackdown. I have the first Death Wish movie, but that's not in the Steelbooks. But we'll get to that much later in the video when we get to the Steelbooks on the second shelf. Anyways, Deliverance, great movie. The Descent, awesome movie. District 13, pretty good little French action movie. I don't have the sequel, District 13 Ultimatum, but I will pick that one up someday if I can find it. Anyways, The Devil's Rejects. The Departed, one of my favorite movies and my favorite Scorsese movie. I actually rewatched this movie last night, and yeah, it still holds up. This movie kicks ass. It's my favorite Scorsese movie. I love the ending of that movie too. I don't want to spoil it, but if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, we got Django Unchained. Probably my favorite Tarantino movie next to Pulp Fiction. Awesome movie. Don John watched this one recently. It was okay. I was not a fan of it. I was really disappointed with it. Not a bad debut film from Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but I was still pretty disappointed with it. It just wasn't really what I was expecting. Anyways, Donnie Brasco. Haven't seen that one yet. Doubt. I do want to check that one out soon. Dragon Ball Evolution. Don't ask why I have it. I sometimes like to watch movies that are shitty on purpose just for shits and giggles. I haven't seen this movie yet, but I hear it's pretty bad. I'll definitely do a review of it once I watch it. But yeah, I hear this movie's pretty ass, though. Anyways, the Dragon Tattoo Trilogy, the extended edition. This comes with the original Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the girl who played with fire and kicked the hornet's nest. I've seen all three of those ones before. Those are great movies. I can't decide if I like the original or the David Fincher one. That will be coming up in a bit better, but I don't know. They're both really good movies. Dark movies, too. Anyways, Drive. Classic. Dune, the David Lynch one from 1984. I don't have the 2021 film, but I have seen it. I think the 2021 film is better. This movie is not bad. It's not David Lynch's best movie, but it's not his best movie either, but it's not bad. Yeah, I have all the other David Lynch movies that you're going to see in this video, except for Inland Empire, which is actually coming out on Criterion later this month. Actually, next week, actually. Believe it or not. Anyways, 8th Grade. I like to revisit that one. That's a great movie from Bo Burnham. I'm just going to move this out of the way. This is an Ocarina from Zelda, of course. Oops. Anyways. Elle. Paul Verhoeven movie. Haven't seen it yet. El Mariachi and Desperado double feature. I've only watched El Mariachi. I haven't seen Desperado yet. El Mariachi's great. I will get Once Upon a Time in Mexico someday. And the winner for Best Picture at this year's Oscars that aired last night, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I gotta be honest, I do like this movie, but I don't necessarily love it. I just find the movie's just way too overhyped, but like, it's a good movie, but Jesus Christ, this movie's just overhyped. But again, it's a good movie, but it's not one of my favorites. But that's not to say that the movie's bad or anything. I don't necessarily love it like a lot of you other people do. But yeah, that's just me though. But anyways, let's just move on to Eyes Wide Shut. Probably my favorite Kubrick movie, along with Full Metal Jacket or Barry Lyndon. Great movie though. Definitely a weird movie, though. Evil Dead, the original. I don't have the sequels, but I will get those eventually. And the remake. I know there's a new Evil Dead movie coming out next month, which is the sequel to the remake. The Exorcism of Emily Rose. The Expendables. The Exorcist, the extended director's cut. I've never seen it, but I do plan to check it out soon. Enter the Void. That is a trippy-ass movie. I love it, though. It's a very weird movie, though. Fargo. Classic. The Fault in Our Stars. A Few Good Men. Another classic. Fight Club. Again, another classic. The Fifth Element. Flight. The French Dispatch. One of my favorite movies from 2021. I love this movie. I know it's very divisive among fans of Wes Anderson, but I absolutely loved it. I definitely want to revisit this one soon. Like, I loved it. It was just amazing. It's one of my favorites from Wes Anderson. And if I don't say anything about any movie, I either haven't seen it or just don't have anything to say about it and just don't want to say too much because it'll take too long, just so you guys know, in case if I don't say anything about a certain movie. But, yeah. Anyways, let's continue. The Frighteners. From Paris with Love. Full Metal Jacket. Classic Kubrick movie. It's an awesome movie. Funny People. Gangs of New York. Another great score. What the hell? Oh, shit. Hold on a sec. Another great Scorsese movie. And The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the American one from David Fincher. The paper thing was keeping Gangs in New York from going back in. There we go. I do like it. Again, I can't decide if I either like this one or the Swedish film better. They're both really good movies, though. They're really dark movies. But, yeah. Gladiator on 4K. Glass. I didn't like this movie. Gone Girl. Great movie. Probably my favorite Fincher movie, along with Seven. Gone with the Wind. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Good movie. It's a long movie, though. The Godfather trilogy with part 1, part 2, and part 3. Part 2 is my favorite. The first one's still a classic, and I actually don't mind part 3. I know some people didn't like part 3, but I don't mind it. And I also got the recut version of part 3, The Godfather Coda, The Death of Michael Corleone. I actually haven't got around to watching the recut version yet, but the next time I rewatch the trilogy, I'll watch the recut version of part 3. And we'll see what's different about it. But, yeah. Anyways. Good Morning Vietnam is a classic movie with Robin Williams. Goodfellas. Rest in peace, Ray Liotta, who sadly passed away last year. Yeah. And also rest in peace, Paul Sorvino as well. Good Time. Good movie. The Goonies. Classic. One of my favorites. Hacksaw Ridge. Hangover Part 2. I don't have Hangover 1 or 3, but I will get those soon. Halloween, the original on 4K. The Lionsgate release. Hardcore Henry. Fun little over-the-top action movie. If you like these kind of action movies where it's over the top, I recommend it. It's a fun movie to watch. The Hateful Eight. Another great... a great Tarantino movie. Heat. Awesome movie. Heavy Metal. Weird movie, but I really like it. Her, one of my favorites. Hereditary. Hell or High Water. I like to revisit that one at some point. High Tension or Switchblade Romance if you live in Europe. Very crazy slasher movie. I actually really like this one. I actually didn't mind the ending in that one either. I don't want to spoil it though. And the last one for this shelf, another Cronenberg movie, A History of Violence. Pretty good movie. I enjoyed this one. And rest in peace, William Hurt, who passed away last March. But yeah, I enjoyed this one. Especially the twist at the end, too. And that's it for the second row. Now onto the third row. Now on the third row, we start off with Hobo with a Shotgun, which actually, before I recorded this video, I was actually rewatching this movie long before I recorded this video. Very fun movie if you like these kind of movies that pay homage to those old exploitation movies from the 70s. If you like these kind of movies with cheesy action, cheesy dialogue, over-the-top violence and gore and shit like that, this is the one I would recommend. It's a very fun movie. I really enjoyed this one. It's actually a Canadian film, believe it or not. It was filmed in Nova Scotia, and it stars the late Rutger Hauer. Rest in peace, by the way. Anyways, continuing on, we got Hotel Rwanda, Home Alone, classic, Hugo, great Scorsese movie, his only family-friendly feature, believe it or not. The Hunger, this one I actually picked up recently, not that long ago, like a couple days ago, and I actually watched it the day I got it, and damn, what a great vampire movie. I really enjoyed this one. David Bowie was really good in this one, same with Catherine Deneuve and Susan Sarandon. And this was actually Tony Scott's debut film as well. Rest in peace, Tony Scott and David Bowie. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I'll probably do a review of this one sometime soon. But yeah, I really enjoyed The Hunger. Oh, whoops, I put that the wrong order. Anyways, continuing on, we got Hustle and Flow. Really underrated one. I enjoyed that one. The Hurt Locker. Great movie. I Am Loved by Luca Guadagnino, who also directed Call Me By Your Name and Suspiria, and recently Bones and All. Haven't seen that one. I haven't seen I Am Loved yet. I do want to check that one out soon. I Spit on Your Grave, aka Dave the Woman. This is the original. I actually watched this one last week, and it's actually not that bad for a movie from that time. I know the 2010 remake is way more graphic, though, than this, but it's fairly graphic for its time. But I actually didn't mind that movie, to be honest. It's not for everybody, though. Itchy the Killer, haven't seen that one yet. Inception, Christopher Nolan, classic. Indian Horse, Into the Wild, great movie, and a sad film, too. Inherent Vice, another Paul Thomas Anderson movie. I know a lot of people don't like this movie. This is considered his weakest film. I actually didn't think it was that bad, but it's not his best film, but I enjoy it for what it is. I thought Joaquin Phoenix was great in this one. The Incredibles 2, I don't have the first one, but I have seen it. The first one's one of my favorite movies from when I was growing up, and it was the first movie I actually saw in theaters, believe it or not. The second one is not as good as the first one, but it's not that bad of a movie, but nowhere near as good as the first one, that's for sure. Excuse me. Inglourious Bastards, awesome movie. And that was the first Tarantino movie I ever watched. And I also got a poster of it hanging on my wall over there. On my, like, right behind my bed. But yeah, it's very cool. Anyways, Interview with the Vampire. I Saw the Devil. I gotta give that one a watch. I hear that one's supposed to be really dark. Isle of Dogs, another great Wes Anderson movie. Jackie Brown, another awesome Tarantino movie. Jerry Maguire, haven't seen it yet, but I do plan to check it out soon. Show me the money! That's the only thing I know about that movie, that line. Anyways, we got John Wick. John Wick Chapter 2 and John Wick Chapter 3. All those are awesome movies. I actually watched the second and third movie for the first time not that long ago. I like the second one the best, and the third one's pretty good too. I can't wait for John Wick 4 that's coming out very soon. It's coming out next Friday, I believe. Wait. Yeah, it's coming out next Friday. I do plan to check it out. I'll definitely do a review of those 3 movies soon. Anyways, Jojo Rabbit. I didn't necessarily love it, but I liked it for what it was, but it's not one of my favorites. Oh, damn, it's tight here. I'll just leave that one out. Anyways, Joker. Awesome movie. The kids are alright. Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2. Good movie. Well, they're a movie in 2 parts. That's what Tarantino says, so yeah, I'm just going to say good movie. Killing of a Sacred Deer. That's a weird one. That's a great one, though. And Yorgos Lanthimos is a great director. I can't wait for his newest film that's going to be coming out later on this year. I forgot what it's called, but I can't wait to check it out. Killing Them Softly. Knives Out. I really enjoyed that one. I haven't seen the second one yet. I do got to get around to watching the second one. I hear the second one's pretty good. Lady Bird. Good movie. The Last Duel. Last Night in Soho. I really enjoyed this one. That's another Edgar Wright movie. The same director as Baby Driver. I enjoyed it. I know some people didn't like it, but I loved it. I love the lighting and shit like that in that movie. Lawless. The Lego Movie. And the second one, the Lego Movie 2. The first one's great. The second one, it was alright. I wasn't a fan of the second one. Leviathan. Licorice Pizza, my favorite movie of 2021. Another great Paul Thomas Anderson movie. The Lobster, another Yorgos Lanthimos movie. And damn, another weird one. I really enjoyed it, though. Best watched with little context of what it's about, though, I'd say. Logan, good movie. Lords of Dogtown, pretty good movie. The Missionist, another weird-ass movie. I enjoyed that one, though. Magnolia. I can't decide if it's either this one or Boogie Nights or Punch Drunk Love is my favorite P.T. Anderson movie. Either way, this is a fantastic movie. A lot of great performances in it too. And you got a pretty big cast in it too. But yeah, such a damn good movie. I'll definitely do a review of that one for sure. Man on Fire. The Man with No Name trilogy with A Fistful of Dollars for a Few Dollars More, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I gotta get around to watching those. I haven't seen that one. Man on Fire is a good movie, by the way. Manchester by the Sea. Haven't seen that one. The Mask of Zorro, I like that one. This is on 4K, by the way. Maps of the Stars, another David Cronenberg movie. It was okay. It's not David Cronenberg's best movie. Definitely not his worst movie, but I was not a fan of it. There's some good performances from Julianne Moore and Mia Wasikowska, or how the hell you say your name. But overall, I was not a fan of this one, but it was alright. The Matrix. Haven't seen it yet. I should just pick that one up not that long ago. I'll check that one out soon. Memento, great movie. Men, it was alright. I know a lot of people didn't like that one, but I thought it was okay. Has a weird-ass ending, though. If you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Men of Honor. Menace to Society. Midnight Cowboy. I ain't for real a cowboy, but I'm one hell of a stud. Great movie. I'd like to get the criterion of that one. Same with Menace to Society. The Midnight Meat Train. Recently picked that one up. Haven't seen it yet. Midsommar again, but this is the theatrical cut. Great movie. Minari. Great movie. Moonlight. Good movie. Moonish Daydream. Haven't seen that one yet. And the last one for this row. Mother. I do want to check that one out. And that's it for the third row. Now on to the fourth row. Alright, on the fourth row we have... Damn, why is it so tight? Anyways, we got Nobody on 4K. That's a fun one. The Neon Demon. I don't know why, but this Blu-ray is just so hard to find. I don't know why it is, but it is what it is. I got this one off eBay. This is from the same director of Drive, and I really enjoyed this one. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Black Swan and what's it called? Perfect Blue. I'd say it would make a great triple feature with those two movies. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I know some people didn't like it, but I really enjoyed it. It's definitely a weird movie, though. I can tell you that. No Country for Old Men. Great movie. The Northman. I'd like to revisit this one. I did go see it in the theaters, and I remember enjoying it. I'll definitely have to sit down and give this one a revisit at some point. Old. This movie is shit, but it's entertaining at the same time. But yeah, it's not very good, though. On the Rocks. Not my favorite Sofia Coppola movie, but it's pretty good. It's not my favorite, though, like I said before. 1 Hour Photo. Probably Robin Williams' darkest performance. And one of his best performances, I'd say. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Awesome movie. Paprika. Amazing movie. This was one of the inspirations for Inception. And I'd say this movie would make a great double feature with Inception. But if you like Inception, and even if you're not a fan of anime, I would highly recommend you check this one out. This movie is fantastic. It's from the same director of Perfect Blue. And this was actually his last film he directed. What's his name? Satoshi Kon, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Yeah, this was his last movie he made before he passed away in 2010. Rest in peace. Patton, picked that one up. Haven't seen it yet. Parasite. I do want to revisit this one, but I just never get around to revisiting it. I did see it in the theaters, and I really enjoyed it, but I haven't seen it since then. But yeah, I definitely do plan to revisit that one sometime soon. Anyways, Perfume, the story of a murderer. Pearl, the prequel to X. I actually prefer this movie over X. X is alright. I didn't love X, but I liked Pearl better. I can't wait for Maxine to come out. That's going to be the third film in the trilogy. Pig. Good movie with Nicolas Cage. Planet Terror. Haven't seen it yet. I actually got that one. I picked that one up recently a little while ago. And haven't seen it yet. I'll check it out soon. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It was okay. I was not a fan of this movie. I don't know why I still have it. But I was not a fan of it. But it was alright. Phantom Thread, another P.T. Anderson movie. Fantastic. Phone Booth, a pretty good thriller about a guy on the phone with a sniper who threatens to kill him if he tries to hang up. And yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I do recommend it if you haven't seen it. But yeah, I really enjoyed that one. The Prestige, another Christopher Nolan movie. Great. I'd like to revisit that one soon. Primal Fear. Private Parts, that one's pretty funny. Princess Mononoke, great movie. Possessor, crazy movie. I really enjoyed that one from Brandon Cronenberg. Speaking of Brandon Cronenberg, I did go see his newest film, Infinity Pool, a while ago, and I loved that one. That movie was friggin' insane. I love that one. That movie was just so batshit crazy. I'll definitely get the Blu-ray of that one when it comes out. Anyways, Pulp Fiction, my favorite Tarantino movie. Ralph Breaks the Internet, the sequel to Wreck-It Ralph. Not as good as Wreck-It Ralph, but it's alright. Ready Player One, not Steven Spielberg's best movie, but there's some fun to have in it, but it's not his best movie though. The Reader, I enjoyed that one. Some great performances from Kate Winslet in that movie. Reservoir Dogs, classic. Revenge, that's a crazy movie. Revolutionary Road, picked that one up recently, haven't seen it yet. The Relic, recently picked this one up recently. Well, last week actually, haven't seen it yet. And rest in peace, Tom Sizemore. Richard Jewell, The Rocky Horror Picture Show. Watched this one for the first time a couple months ago. I loved it. I'm not a fan of musicals, but this is one of the only musicals that I like. But yeah, awesome movie. I really enjoyed that one. The Ruins, that's alright. Rush. Saint Maud. I was not a fan of this one, but it was okay. Saving Private Ryan. Doesn't need an introduction. Saw. Saw 2. Saw 3. Saw 4. Saw 5. 6. And the final chapter. I don't have Jigsaw or Spiral, but I will get those ones eventually. I've only seen the first 4 movies. I still haven't got around to watching the other Saw movies. I don't know. I will definitely get around to watching the other Saw movies soon. I think the first one's the best, personally. They kind of go downhill after 3, I find. But, yeah. Again, I will watch the other Saw movies eventually. Continuing on, we got Scarface on 4K. Say hello to my little friend. Classic. Scream 2. I don't have the other ones. I only got the first one on DVD, but I will upgrade that one to Blu-ray eventually. Haven't seen this one or the first one or any of the other ones, but I will check those out soon. I know they just came out with Scream 6 recently. But yeah, again, I will check it out eventually. Anyways, Schindler's List. Secretary. One of my favorite movies. Secretary is one of my all-time favorite movies. I don't know. I really like that one. Schindler's List is a great film. It's a depressing film, though. 7, classic. 7 Pounds. Shape of Water, great movie. Shaun of the Dead, classic. Shame, probably Michael Fassbender's best performance. Really good movie. It's really sad, but it's a really good movie. Shawshank Redemption, this one doesn't need no introduction. Classic, and my second favorite film of all time. Shutter Island. Very surprised Martin Scorsese directed this one. This is a very weird movie, but I really enjoyed that one. Shivers, Cronenberg's debut film. Not bad for a debut film. Sin City, and the sequel, and kind of a prequel, Sin City: A Dame to Kill For. First one's awesome. The second one, while not as good, I enjoyed it for what it was. Silver Linings Playbook, great one. The Sixth Sense, another classic. And the last one for this row, Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow. And that's it for row 4, and now on to row 5. Alright, on row 5, we got The Skin I Live In. I really enjoyed this one. This is a great Pedro Almodovar film. Just a really, really great thriller. I really enjoyed this one. This Blu-ray is kind of hard to find, so if you ever see this one in a store, I would highly recommend you pick it up. It's pretty hard to find, but yeah, really a really great movie. And a pretty dark movie, too. I really enjoyed that one, though. Sleepy Hollow. Good Tim Burton movie. Snatch. Classic. And so far, my favorite Guy Ritchie movie that I've seen. I have not seen Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, but I do plan to cross that one off my watch list for this year for sure. But Snatch is a classic. Snowden, good movie. Slumdog Millionaire. The Social Network, I'd like to revisit that one. I remember thinking it was pretty good from what I remember. Southland Tales. I enjoyed this movie for what it was. I know some people didn't like it. Well, most people didn't like it, but I actually thought it was pretty good. I'd like to get the Arrow video release of this movie someday. But yeah, I do enjoy that movie. A Star is Born, the 2018 remake. Very good. Stranger Than Fiction. Good movie. Straight Outta Compton. Super 8. On 4K. I really enjoyed that one. Super Troopers, classic. I don't have Super Troopers 2. I didn't like the second movie, but I liked the first one. I don't plan on getting the second one, though. But, yeah. Suspiria, the 2018 remake from Luca Guadagnino again. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I've never seen the original, but I will check out the original someday. I know the original is a lot different than the remake, kind of. They feel like two different movies with the same title or something, but I don't know. I will check out the original someday. Anyways, Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Probably my favorite Tim Burton movie, but I don't know. Good movie, though. Taken 2. I don't have Taken 3. They should have just made one movie out of that. Team America World Police, classic. The Terminator 6 movie collection with all 6 Terminator movies. I've only seen the third one movie, believe it or not, and bits and pieces of the second movie. I will watch all the movies in order soon, and probably do a review of them. Tenet on 4K. Not Christopher Nolan's best movie, but I enjoyed that one for what it was. I am looking forward to his newest movie that's coming out this year. The Thing, the original. Titane, very crazy movie. I love that one. That movie would make a great double feature with David Cronenberg's Crash. Titanic. I actually watched this one for the first time last year, and it's a pretty good movie. I liked it for what it was. It's not my favorite, though. To Die For, I enjoyed that one. Top Gun Maverick, great sequel. I actually like this one better than the first one. I have the first movie, but in the Steelbooks. We'll get to that much later in the video. Well, probably towards the end of the video, actually. Tropic Thunder, classic. I'd like to get the 4K of this one eventually. It's an awesome movie. Toy Story 3. No Toy Story 2, 1, 2, or 4, but I have seen the first 2. Those ones are classic. I like the third one the best. I haven't seen the fourth one yet, though. And apparently they're making a Toy Story 5. Why? Why would they need to make a 5th movie? They should have stopped after 3. But, I don't know. That's just me, though. Tully. Underworld. Underworld Evolution. Under the Skin. That's a weird one. I really enjoyed that one, though. The Untouchables. I'd like to check that one out soon. Up. My favorite Disney movie, along with Wall-E. That's on 4K, by the way. V for Vendetta on 4K. Walter Bashir. Fantastic movie. Watchmen Director's Cut. I enjoyed that one. Warrior. Whiplash. That's a great one. Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That's a weird one. The Beatles, Yellow Submarine. I'm a big fan of the Beatles, so I went ahead and picked this up. I haven't watched it yet. You Were Never Really Here. Zodiac. Great Fincher. And the last one for the move, well, for the movies on this shelf at least, Zombieland. There are some more movies, but we'll get to those on the next shelf. But now, we move on to TV shows, including some anime. We got Attack on Titan Season 1, Part 1. Season 1, Part 2. Season 2. season 3, and the final season part 1. I did pre-order the final season part 2. It's coming in the mail at the end of the month. I can't wait to get that. And I know the final season part 3 is currently on the air, but I'm not caught up yet. But Attack on Titan's a friggin' amazing show. I love that show. It's awesome. But yeah, I do recommend it. Anyways, we got Band of Brothers miniseries in a tin. I picked this one up a while ago. I have seen it a couple years ago, and I really enjoyed it. I like to revisit it sometime soon. Oh, shit. But yeah, that's a fantastic miniseries. Anyways, we got Better Call Saul Season 4 and Season 5. I have the first 3 seasons, but those are on DVD. I just haven't gotten around to upgrading them yet. And I don't have the final season, but I have seen it. And yeah, I will get that soon. But Better Call Saul is an awesome show. It's a great spin-off and prequel to Breaking Bad, which we'll get to in a moment. We'll get to that in a second, actually. But yeah, I love Better Call Saul. I think I like that show better than Breaking Bad, but Breaking Bad's still good. Which, speaking of Breaking Bad, we got Breaking Bad Season 1, Breaking Bad Season 2, Breaking Bad Season 3, Season 4, 5 Part 1, which it should say Part 1, but I don't know why. They just simply called it the 5th season. And Season 5 Part 2, or just simply the final season, which they should have just called it Part 2, but yeah, that's just me. And the follow-up, El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. So yeah, I got the entirety of Breaking Bad, and well, I do have the first 3 seasons of Better Call Saul on DVD, like I said before, except for the last season, but Breaking Bad's awesome. I actually finished rewatching it a while ago for the 3rd time. And yeah, I'm sure everyone's seen it. And El Camino is pretty good too. So that's it for row 5. And now on to row 6, which is the last row for this shelf. Alright, for the last row for this shelf, it's just the remainder of TV shows that I got. We got Boardwalk Empire Season 1. Boardwalk Empire Season 2. Wow, that one's backwards. Season 3. Season 4, and Season 5, the final season. That's a little dusty. Yeah, that's alright. Boardwalk Empire is a really good show. I really enjoyed that one. I actually like to revisit that one soon. Damn good show. I really enjoyed that one, although I wasn't too big of a fan of the last season. It felt kind of rushed, but nonetheless, it's a damn good show. Steve Buscemi is damn good in that show. Same with Michael Shannon and everyone else involved. But yeah, it's a damn good show. I do recommend it. Moving on, we got The Deuce, Season 1 and Season 2. For some reason, they never released Season 3 on Blu-ray, but just DVD, which is really stupid. I hate it when they do that. But The Deuce is a really good show. I think that show is really underrated. I recommend it if you like Boogie Nights a little bit. It's kind of like Boogie Nights. Instead of not only focusing on the porn industry, it's also pimps and all that other shit. But yeah, I do enjoy The Deuce. It's a really good show. And then we got Dexter New Blood. I do have the entire series of Dexter on DVD, but I do plan to upgrade those to Blu-ray eventually. But for now, I just have Dexter New Blood. I really enjoyed this one too, and Dexter was a great series for the most part. And I do enjoy the New Blood. And we got Lost Season 6, which is the only season in the series that I have. I don't have the other seasons. I know I've said this story before in the past, but I'll read it again. But I'll tell you guys it again. Now, when I first watched the show, I watched half of almost the entire series on Prime Video. But when I got to the last season, and after I think it was the 2nd episode maybe, they took it off, and I didn't know they took it off. I'm like, ah, shit. So I had to get it on Blu-ray and then finish the series from there. But Lost is a great show. I really enjoyed that one. I got to get the other seasons in this series on Blu-ray at some point. Anyways, we got Mad Men Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4 in a lenticular slipcover, Season 5, Season 6, Final Season Part 1 and Final Season Part 2. Mad Men, great show. What can you say? It's just a damn good show. I really, really enjoyed Mad Men. Moving on, we got The Pacific, another miniseries. Very similar to Band of Brothers, except it's in Iwo Jima, or how you pronounce it. And it's just America versus Japan, and Band of Brothers was America versus the Nazis. But I enjoy The Pacific for what it is, although it's not as good as Band of Brothers. Although I don't know if I should say that. There are two completely different shows besides Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks producing it. But I enjoyed The Pacific for what it was. But I do prefer Band of Brothers, though. Anyways, we got Sharp Objects miniseries. I love that one. I really enjoyed that miniseries. It's definitely a dark one. And then we got South Park seasons 1 through 5, which I don't have the other seasons. I do like South Park. I just don't watch it a whole lot, but it's a funny show. What can you say? Then we got Soul Eater, the complete series. I finished this series for the first time about a month ago. I really, really enjoyed it. It was a very weird show, but I loved it, and I love all the characters in it. But yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Here we got Tosh.0 Volume 1. It's a funny show. And the last shows for this shelf are Westworld Season 1, Season 2, Season 3 on 4K, and Season 4. Westworld, I enjoyed the series for the most part. I like the first season the best out of the 4 seasons. The second season was pretty great as well. The third season was pretty good, but it wasn't quite as good as the first 2 seasons. I didn't really like Season 4 that much, though I didn't hate it, but it was alright, I guess. It wasn't very good, though. And sadly, there was supposed to be one more season for Westworld, but the show ended up getting canceled after Season 4, so we'll never know how it ends. That sucks, but oh well. And then we got some coffee table books on David Fincher, Sofia Coppola, and Paul Thomas Anderson, which are really cool. And that's it for the entirety of the first shelf. And now let's move on to the second shelf. Alright, so we're at like the 53-minute mark by now. But now we're on the second shelf. This is where I keep all my Arrow videos, criterions, Screen Factories, Steelbooks, and all that stuff. So on the first row for the second shelf, we got Audition, a very weird movie, and a really good thriller. I enjoyed that one. Cinema Paradiso, I think that's how you pronounce it. Great movie. Donnie Darko on 4K. That's my favorite movie of all time. It's just a great film. Django. And it also comes with Texas Adios on the second disc. I haven't seen those 2 movies yet. Mallrats. The Limits of Control. 16 Candles. It was okay. I wasn't too big of a fan of this movie, but it was alright. And True Romance, one of my all-time favorite movies. Just an awesome movie. And now for my criterions, we got 8.5, which that was pretty good, but I wasn't too big of a fan of it, but it wasn't too bad. All About My Mother, great movie. Antichrist, one of the most fucked up movies ever made. Pardon my French, but yeah, it's a pretty messed up movie. Bamboozled, underrated Spike Lee. The Before trilogy with Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight. I like Before Sunrise the best. The other 2 movies are good though, but I don't know, I like the first one the best. Being John Malkovich. That's a weird one. That's a great movie though. Belle de Jour. Really enjoyed that one. Blue is the Warmest Color. Blue Velvet. Both great movies, and Blue Velvet's a classic David Fincher movie. Crash, Cronenberg. AKA the only good movie with that title. I love the hell out of this movie. It is so crazy. It's just I could go on for hours about this movie. It's just, I don't even know how else to describe it. It's just a crazy ass movie. I love it though. Come and See, one of the saddest movies ever made. But a great movie though. David Lynch, The Art Life, great documentary on David Lynch. Dazed and Confused, great movie. The Devil's Backbone again, but on Blu-ray, Criterion of course. Do the Right Thing. Dress to Kill. I'll just keep that one out. Eraserhead. By the way, Do the Right Thing and Dress to Kill are both great movies, and same thing with Eraserhead. The Elephant Man. This is a sad one. Sad movie. Fantastic Mr. Fox. The Game. Ghost Dog, Way of the Samurai. Recently picked this one up. The Grand Budapest Hotel, another Wes Anderson movie. Kind of overrated, but it is a great movie, but I just find it a little bit overrated, though. It's a good movie, though. House, that's a weird one. The Infernal Affairs trilogy. Haven't seen that one yet. The Irishman, my favorite movie of 2019. And then we got the John Cassavetes 5-film collection box set with Shadows, Faces, A Woman Under the Influence, The Killing of a Chinese Bookie, and Opening Night. I've only watched Shadows. I haven't gotten around to watching the other movies. I should really get around to watching those other movies. I really do like that box set, though. It looks really nice. The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. I love that one. Lost Highway, one of my all-time favorite movies. This is in 4K, by the way. I actually did go see the 4K re-release of this movie in theaters on my birthday back in July, and holy shit, what an experience that was seeing it in theaters. It's like, I think every David Lynch movie should be seen in theaters. But yeah, Lost Highway, it's one of my favorites. The Manchurian Candidate, the first Criterion I ever bought. Moonrise Kingdom, that was the second Criterion I ever bought. Another great Wes Anderson movie. Mulholland Drive. I had to get the 4K of that one at some point. Naked Lunch. That's a weird movie. That's another David Cronenberg movie. Paris, Texas. Fantastic movie. The Piano on 4K. Another one of my all-time favorite movies. The Piano Teacher. That is a twisted movie. And the last one for this row. One of the most repulsive movies ever made. Pink Flamingos. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I actually liked it, but it was kind of gross at the end, if you know what I mean. So that's it for the first row of the second shelf. Now onto the second row. And for the second row, we got Portrait of a Lady on Fire. I enjoyed that one. Punch Drunk Love. Fantastic P.T. Anderson movie. Roma. The Royal Tenenbaums, another great Wes Anderson movie. Same with the next one, Rushmore. Sallow, pardon my French once again, another very fucked up movie. Yeah, I sat through it, and yeah, it's pretty messed up. But it's not bad though. But yeah, it's definitely a messed up movie. Scanners, another David Cronenberg movie. Probably one of the goriest movies in the Criterion collection, I'd say. That's a fun movie, though. The Seventh Seal. Sorry for the glare. Haven't seen that one yet. I do want to check it out. I hear it's really good. Stalker. Great one. Shortcuts. A.K.A. the movie that's very similar to Magnolia that I showed earlier. I enjoyed this movie. I do prefer Magnolia over this movie, though. And then we got another great trilogy. The Three Colors trilogy with 3 colors blue, 3 colors white, and 3 colors red. This is the Blu-ray release, not the 4K re-release. I'm probably not going to get the 4K release. I'm just going to keep the Blu-ray release. 3 colors blue is fantastic. 3 colors white is not as good, but it's still a great movie. And red is a great one too. But I don't know. I like the first one the best. But hey, that's just me. But yeah, that's a great trilogy, and I do recommend it if you. Oh shit! Oh, there we go. But yeah, really great trilogy. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Anyways, we got Thief, The Thin Red Line, another one I recently picked up in another video that you might have seen a couple days ago. Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down. Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, which is the prequel to Twin Peaks. Very good movie. I really enjoyed this one. It's definitely David Lynch's darkest film by far. I don't recommend it if you haven't seen the first 2 seasons of the show, but only watch this movie once you watch the first 2 seasons of the show in its entirety, and then go to this and then watch season 3. But yeah, again, Fire Walk with Me, awesome movie. It's one of my favorites too. Videodrome, classic David Cronenberg. Long Live the New Flesh. The Virgin Suicides, great movie. War of the Worlds, the original. Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown. The World of Wong Kar-wai box set, a really great box set, and all great films in that set. I think Chungking Express or what was it? Happy Together or Fallen Angels. Either one of those 3 are my favorite from this box set. But yeah, really great box set. There we go. And the last one for the criterions, Yatamama Tambian, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Great movie. And for the only 3 digibooks that I have, we got 300. This is Sparta. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And The Tuskegee Airmen. 300 is the only one I've watched of those 3. I haven't seen those other 2 movies. And now for my Scream Factory, we have Candyman, the original. The Sequel, Candyman Farewell to the Flesh, which I actually picked up recently. Haven't seen it yet. First one's awesome. It's one of my favorite horror movies. Child's Play, the original. The Dead Zone. Dead Ringers. 2 great David Cronenberg movies. And we got the Friday the 13th collection box set. Really cool box set. And we got Ghost Ship. That's a fun one. The Human Centipede trilogy, which I've seen all 3. I actually didn't mind the first movie for what it was. The second one's pretty messed up. And the third one's just a piece of shit. I hated the third one. Misery. Classic. Rabid. Another great Cronenberg movie. And Raw, which is from the same director of T-Tane. I actually picked this one up recently. Haven't seen it yet, but I will definitely check it out soon. And now for the only Shout Factories up here. Well, right here we got Adaptation. Great movie. The Deer Hunter on 4K. Another great movie. Havoc. This movie sucks. I didn't like that one. And the last one for this row. David Lynch's Wild at Heart. Another weird one. So that's it for the second row. And now onto the third and last row of the Blu-rays for this video. Alright, so now we're going to finish this video off with my Kino... I just had to move that Walter White thing there. So we're going to finish this video off with my Steelbooks and my Kino Lorber releases. So for my Kino Lorber releases we have Clockers, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Watched that one for the first time fairly recently. That's a great movie. Eastern Promises on 4K. That's the first Cronenberg movie I ever watched. Great movie. The Hot Spot. Jungle Fever. Summer Lovers. That one's okay. And the last one for my Kino Lorber. Mo Better Blues. My Kino Lorber collection is pretty small, but that's okay. And now, finally, the Steelbooks. Starting with 10 Cloverfield Lane, which is the first Steelbook I ever got. Almost Famous, one of my favorite movies. Dances with Wolves, comes with the theatrical and extended cut. Great movie. Death Wish, Dr. Strangelove, another great Stanley Kubrick movie. Easy Rider, Escape from New York, Scream Factory, Friday the 13th, the original. Ghost in the Shell, the original, and Ghost in the Shell, the remake. Live action remake, that is.
The original's a classic. I haven't seen the remake, but I'll give it a shot eventually. And we got the only Steelbook in The Godfather that I have, The Godfather Part 2. Like I said earlier in the video, that's my favorite movie in the trilogy. Heathers, Law-Abiding Citizen, Minority Report, Nightcrawler. That's a Best Buy exclusive Steelbook. Great movie. Perfect Blue. Psycho the original. That's a 4K Steelbook, by the way. Quiet Place. Blu-ray Steelbook. And A Quiet Place Part 2. 4K Steelbook. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Taxi Driver. One of my favorite movies. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. Top Gun. The first one. True Grit, the remake. Superbad, one of my favorite movies. The Wind Rises. I haven't seen that movie yet. I hear it's really good, though. The Witch. The Wolf of Wall Street. Oh, shit. Zoolander. And the last Steelbook, and the only TV show Steelbook that I have, Chernobyl, the miniseries, a great miniseries, and that is a 4K Steelbook, by the way. So yeah, there you go. That's my entire Blu-ray collection. Well, there you go. That's my entire Blu-ray and 4K Blu-ray collection for 2023. Probably the next time I do an updated look at my Blu-ray and 4K Blu-ray collection, it's going to have 500 plus titles, or maybe more than that. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching this video. As always, if you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment below, subscribe, turn on notifications, share the video with your friends or family or whoever. And feel free to follow me on my other social medias. The links are in the description down below. And if you'd like to check out last year's video on my collection of Blu-ray and 4K Blu-rays, the link will be in the description down below, along with the other 2 videos that came before it. But yeah. So once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, but thank you guys for watching this video. And until next time, this is Keegan Shepard signing off. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great evening, and I will see you guys in the next video. And yeah, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.